Now I gotta ride or die.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in a unicorn. This is a 1991 Daihatsu Charade GTi turbo, a 1 litre turbocharged, or at least 993cc turbocharged Daihatsu from the early 90s. Mad car, like a unicorn, the rarest thing I'm probably going to feature ever on this channel. But as ever guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, but onwards to the B roads. A few videos from the day that I'm shooting this car, you will see a Renault 5 GT Turbo behind us. The owner of that car has just completed this. This is a 1991 Daihatsu Charade GTi Turbo, a car that I never thought I'd be able to feature on the channel. This was the most powerful turbocharged 1 litre in the world for a very long time. I'm not too sure how long for, because again, trying to find any information about this car is probably the hardest thing ever. There'll be the owners club out there that will rectify some things that I may say in this video, and that's completely all right. Trying to find information on this car, pricing, how, like everything, yes, it's out there, but it's a little bit vague. There isn't too much content on a car like this, which is really such a shame, because what a cool car. Little hot hatch from Japan. Daihatsu, you know, throwing a 1 litre turbocharged engine into this little Charade chassis, making front wheel drive, manual, you know, all that sort of good stuff. And it doesn't say turbo or fire breathing dragon down the side of it. It's very subtle with its looks and its actual execution of this car. It's not the turbocharged GT wide flared thing that we had behind us, which is the Renault 5 GT Turbo. This is a little bit more sedate. You wouldn't necessarily know what this was until you realised what it actually was. You would see the GTi logoing and the twin cam 12 valve lettering down the side of this car, but what a sublime car to drive. It is so cool to be out in something like this. Weirdly rare, weirdly rare. Now let's talk about rarity. When was the last time you saw one of these for sale? I have not seen one of these for sale or on the road or anything like that in years. This one was actually found in 2017. The owner found it, was talking to the owner that had it at the time, was trying to buy it off him, and he said, no, I'll get around to it at some point. 2020 rolls round, so yes, about 4 years at least later, the owner of this car was like, do you know what, I think it's time to sell up, I'm not going to complete it. And when I say complete it, this car was in bits. It was rusty at the back end, the seals needed doing, no bumpers on it, no headlights, it's literally had a full nut and bolt restoration in this car. The engine's been out, fully built, the paint has been repainted to its original white because it was actually black when it was bought from its previous owner. So it's had a little life, this car, but what a life it's probably had. It's been apart, it's probably been blown up a couple of times, and yeah, just we're driving today. We're driving the unicorn that no one knows about, is what this car is. No one knows what this car actually is, unless you're an enthusiast in this car, in this realm of small Japanese cars that are 1 litres and turbocharged. You wouldn't necessarily know what this was, and I love it for that. I love the idea that this car is that subtle. The owner, now Tony, who owns the Renault 5 behind us, he also owns the Nürburgring Astra, his daily driver, such a cool daily driver. He actually restored this in just 10 months, pretty much over the lockdowns. He actually completed the restoration on this car. What a car to restore in such a small period of time. And the one thing he really, got to grips with was the idea that these are, again, rare, but rare to find parts for. Thankfully, there was a lot of parts in this car when it was actually bought from previous owner. So to restore this, yes, things had to be bought, little bits and bobs, nothing crazy, which was really nice. Again, you're not going to find parts for one of these. It's going to be very, very hard. Now, if you were to go and buy one of these tomorrow, talking to the owner, again, in 2015, I think it was Evo Car Magazine found a red one of these. It was £9,000. That was 2015. Since then, I can't find one for sale. I've been looking, you know, the past, you know, couple of weeks, you know, when I found out that this car was going to be complete, and I cannot find one of these for sale. So to put a price on it is really, really hard. If they ain't already 10 grand, they're probably 6 to 8. But they will be 10 very, very soon. Just like every classic, or at least small, cool hot hatch from the 80s and 90s and, you know, early 90s now as well. They're all increasing in price as they get rarer and more sought after. This is no exception. Now, drivability. It drives like a little Japanese car, which is tight. It feels very, very well put together. Although, you know, Daihatsu, you know, they're not famed for being the most lavish inside and all this sort of stuff. It is all very, very simple in here, but it all works. It works very well as well. That turbocharger in the background, as you guys will probably be able to hear, makes the coolest chatter noise. Really, really cool chatter noise in the background. And as you'll hear from the exhaust notes, it's got an exhaust system on this. You know, a couple of hoses in the engine bay, but other than that, it's completely standard. Around 100 brake horsepower in this little Charade turbo. It isn't going to eat you up. It isn't going to throw you in your seat, but it is so much fun, this car. It literally is the simplest driving pleasure is what this is. And to be driving it, again, we've just done down Military Road on the Isle of Wight. To drive this car down that road, what a, just such a nice experience today. And I'm so thankful that I've been able to shoot this car today, as well as the Renault 5. We've got a little run out in that, and the Nürburgring. So thank you so much to Tony. And yeah, what a cool set of cars to have. You will probably not, I don't think another YouTuber out there will be able to get a hold of one of these. If not, it will be one mean feat, and I don't think it will be as mint as this one is. This is just, I'm not going crazy in it. I just want to experience this car. I want to enjoy it for what it is. It isn't a tarmac eating, fire breathing car. It's a cool little hot hatch with a turbocharger on a 1 litre engine, and that's how I've been treating it today. You know, we're driving out in these cars and I'm driving back now, and it's just, it does get a lick on, it does get a move on. It's just a cool factor of something like this. And again, you are probably not going to see another one of these on the internet today, I know that much. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all on the next one.